Hello class, this is an explainer video for our session number 4, part 1, module 4 from the 20th to 29th of April. We focus on research documentation and data collection. The goal of this video is to orient you about the session, refresh the goals, and share some information that is out there in our Moodle platform to help you with better and deeper learning. A quick reminder about the research preparation and the important steps that we discussed during our last leaf webinar. So just a quick reminder that right now we are in the stage of the preparation and the research documentation. You put together the research idea, initial draft of your research instrument interview guide. You reached out to the potential respondents, asking them if they would be willing to share their insights with you during the interview, and you did the peer presentation of your project to your teams, to other peers, and the professors too. So the most important part right now that you need to be focusing on is to finalize your interview guide. Please be sure to submit the draft on the Moodle platform for review, peer review, and prepare the consent form, release form, so that you can reach out to your selected participants and schedule an interview and conduct the data collection. So the roadmap and the focus of module number 4. Where are we right now? So all of the steps from the very beginning of the class were basically the preparation and the documentation phase of our research journey. We are right now entering the next phase, which is the data collection phase, and this graphic it is marked as this yellow box here. And so as you can see, you've been through the previous stages, which is marked in red, and research documentation and planning, working in small teams, shaping your research idea, and doing the mock dry run presentation to get the initial feedback. In module 4 we are starting the data collection phase, and there are two parts of the data collection. First is your pool of contacts, respondents who you contacted for the data collection for the interviews, and the second part of your data is the preset meetings with experts from the field. Ethne and I contacted people from the Tri-Border region, from different fields also, to contribute to the bigger picture. We contacted artists, NGO leaders, and some government representatives, and would like to provide an opportunity for you during the hackathon on the 29th to interview them in the Zoom sessions. So you will have two parts of the data. One part that you collected by yourself as a team member, and another one that was pre-organized by your professors here in class. After this is done, after we collect all of the data, there'll be the analysis phase. We'll ask you to analyze the data that you have collected, the issues that you were able to identify, maybe some of the challenges that you faced, and put it together in the digital story product. And let's move forward. Again, let me remind you that in this course we have some synchronous meetings and some asynchronous learning opportunities. Let me remind you about the fact that on our Moodle platform there are some materials that help you with your asynchronous learning. We are right now starting our session 4 with the data collection. Materials are posted on the Moodle platform under each session, and here you can see the overview of the key steps that you need to be focusing on. As you can see, the first part of this is the digital storytelling. You'll be meeting with Bertram about key steps and key tips of digital storytelling organization. Please also check the materials that are posted in the class here. This will prepare you better to put together your stories, to start thinking. My suggestion is to download those materials. You can see there's a digital story rubric in the folder storytelling resources, then elements of the storytelling and the storyboard. How to use these materials: download it as a group. You can see that the digital story rubrics focus on the specific categories of how you put together your story, how you plan the storyboarding, how you prepare the script, the text that will be in your story, what images you will use, how you will present it, how will you collaborate, and the overall effect and impact of the story. And then the storyboard, also very useful handout to help you visualize what are some of the scenes of your story, how long are some of the scenes, what are the transitions, and what text materials and visuals would be relevant for each one of the teams. So these are the tools that can help you structure your thoughts about the story delivery. And that neat infographics here is called the elements of the storytelling or building a story. It takes you through the key steps. What is your question? And that would be your inquiry or the research question. Then you acquire information and analyze the data, including the interviews with your experts and including reviews of the literature or the sources on the media. Then organization of your thoughts and the information, getting together as a team to storyboard and to review things. Be sure to make some time for revision process, and then later we take action and present the story in May to the peers and to the broader audience. Remember that what we're doing right now, we are collecting the data about the pandemic impact on the different parts of the society in the tri-border region, and we're documenting this situation in the world, and this is new, and this is very unusual. So what you collect will be also the foundation for other people who are interested in these topics. Remember that you're producing the knowledge. That's the beauty of the real empirical data collection and real field research. How to get inspired? Just a quick reminder that there are some stories that are produced by the journalists that's already out there. By looking at the cases and the stories from other borders, you can find your way to tell your story with different visuals and with different narrations, and of course with you being center of the story as the researcher who is collecting the data, but also who is reflecting and analyzing the situation from the different perspective, from the historical perspective, from the economical perspective, from the geographical perspective of where we are located in the tri-borders area, and of course from comparing the local perspectives of pandemic impact on business versus the global aspects. Again, just to remind you, this is something that we are also reiterating probably in each one of the sections, is about the developing of the competences. So this project is focused on developing the multiliteracy, the technical literacy, your ability to design and produce digital story products, and on the human literacy, ability to work together as a team, the virtual setup, but also to reach out to the world and connect to the local leaders and identify who would be willing to share their stories about the new COVID-19 lockdown realities. So as we focus on attitude, skills and knowledge, just to remind you about some of the skills that you are developing right now through this project. Observing what's going on, what's happening, and making sense of what's going on. In group 6 during the presentation, you mentioned that a lot of the information is outdated because situation has changed drastically because of the virus and because of the quarantine. So a lot of people don't really understand what's going on in this new reality. So you observe as researchers, then you document and register. That's part of the process too. That's important. Take notice, observe, write things down, review the materials, then in-depth analysis. Using different frameworks, you as cross-cultural researchers try to analyze and draw some conclusions from the data that is collected. You do the storytelling design, and then you do the presentation, and ongoing skills that you will be also honing during this project, and you are honing now, is collaboration in the virtual team, and the problem solving and conflict resolution related to the in-team possible issues, but also the possible issues and aspects and challenges related to reaching out and getting people to interview and to share their information. So good luck with this. Remember, guys, you are the digital storytellers. You are the cross-border challenge team 2020, with a focus on the real life stories from the tri-border and applied research. Again, a reminder that this project should also be focused and should keep you thinking about your career building. Please think about how you will share those experiences with your potential employers in the future, how you will reflect on this from the perspective of the action research, digital storytelling, virtual field work, and how this project can make you better and more employable in the future. So with this, good luck.